the trolls return again with a new history, where we see Ramon's brothers, who once had a band, but the bad thing is that someone captures one to take his talent, while Poppy meets someone special. So left it halfway, let me tell you, Trolls 3, band together. This movie starts with a memory of the past, where we see a band called the Brozone, where we see a troll named John, who is the one who leads it. Then, we meet the gang, where first is Spruce, who gives him the exercise, and he is the most stronger of the group. On the other hand, there's Clay, who has to wear the flashy clothes that the leader asks of him, but he doesn't like it at all. There is also another one, called Floyd, who tries to keep the party peaceful and fun, but John tells him that it's just business. There is also the smallest of the group, who we all know as Branch, who is introduced as Biddy in the band, who is the most nervous, but Floyd, as always, tries to calm him down, and tells him that as long as the brothers are united, they will be able to achieve whatever they want. Then, they begin their concert as the Brozone, where it seems that they have several fans, while the Trolls brothers take turns singing and even little Biddy, while the boys notice that they activate an energy between them that enhances their level of musical style. However, when creating one of her choreographies, it seems that Biddy loses her balance a little and little by little everyone else does, so the structure ends up falling apart, and everything gets out of control, ending up tied on top, while the presenter calms the public. Then, they go to the dressing rooms, where everyone begins to discuss what happened, so they come to the conclusion that each person must seek their destiny, so Claire returns the clothes to John, so that he can keep them with love. They all separate and leave, while Floyd also plans to do so, and tells Branch that he will be back soon, so he must stay with the grandmother, who seems kind of nice, and Floyd also gives him his vest, so that he can always remember it. However, many years of this pass and Branch only remembers what happened to his band back then, while Poppy arrives, who surprises him listening to Brozone, while he tries to mislead her that it means nothing to him. So, seeing him a little nervous, she tells him that he can tell him whatever he wants, but Branch doesn't feel encouraged, and just wants to go to the party they are going to have, since there is a big wedding, while they think about their own, but it seems that both they think they are not ready. Afterwards, they head to the party, where the other trolls and other creatures are very excited. At the same time, we see how they prepare King Gristle, so that he is ready, while on the other hand, they prepare the bride, called Bridget, where her friend Poppy gives her some advice. A little later, it seems that everything is ready, and the bride goes to the wedding place, where the king is ready, while the bride shows her clothes before everyone and goes with the groom to start the ceremony, so the father start with yours. However, at that moment, someone from above mentions that they stop everything. He approaches at full speed, while we realize that it is John, who only mentions that if he does not interrupt anything important. At the same time, that Branch realizes he says he is his older brother. John, seeing him, goes with him to greet him like the little Biddy he remembers, but Branch doesn't really agree. Poppy calms him down and asks who he is, so everyone realizes that he is actually Branch's brother, while Branch assures which is not since they abandoned it a long time ago. They also realize that John was the leader of Brozone, so they deduce that Branch was also part of that gang and was little Biddy. Even so, Branch does not want to know anything about John, but he lets him know that he is there for something about Floyd. Then, having his attention, he tells him that one day he received a letter from Floyd, in which he lets him know that 2 new superstars have trapped him, and are using his energy to enhance their music, so he went to the right place and found out. He noticed that there were 2 singers, named Terciopelo and Choppa, who were becoming very popular. Because of this, John deduced that they were them, so he entered his dressing room, where he saw Floyd trapped in a perfume bottle made of diamond. He tried to get him out, but no matter how many tries he couldn't achieve anything, so Floyd told him that just the power of the family's harmony could break him, so he asks him to go for the others. At that moment, the stars were about to arrive, so they said goodbye, but John assured him that he would return. When the others return, Poppy convinces Branch to help his brothers, so they quickly call Rosa, who is a creature that could take them wherever they want, while the bride and groom take advantage of the emotion of the moment to have their father marry them, and they say goodbye to Poppy, while we see that the others wish them good luck. On the other hand, we see the stars, who are interviewed due to their popularity, but Choppa gets nervous when they ask him what his secret is, while Terciopelo calms them down, saying that it is his natural talent, while we see outside the cameras that they do not have, but they use fly oil as a perfume, and increase its rhythm and intonation. At the same time, Floyd tells them that he doesn't have much energy left, while Velvet tells him not to worry, since he sent a letter to make the rest of Brozone come to them, and thus have limited energy. On the other hand, we see that Rosa is being directed by Diamantito, where John tells them that he has a clue about Spruce, so Diamantito does his thing, and soon brings them closer to the place. At the same time, we see that the recently hunted couple has a honeymoon adventure traveling by motorcycle. Returning to the others, they arrive at the place, where Branch does not seem very happy to be with John, while Poppy tells him that she would like to have a sister, and be able to help her with anything. Then, they arrive at the vacation island, where they soon meet Spruce, who is very happy to see Biddy, but not so much John, while he introduces him to his wife, and his other children. At that moment, John tells him, He says about the problem that Floy has. Well, the public, knowing that they are from Rosen, asks them for a demonstration, so they leave everyone impressed, and Poppy even joins them. Spruce then says goodbye to the family and leaves with his brothers. Meanwhile, we see that the star's assistant tries to do her best job. Well, she shows them that she created a device to extract energy, and can be used as a garment, so Velvet uses it immediately, exaggerating, and it takes a lot of Floy's energy away. Then, they lock up the assistant so that she doesn't say anything, while Floyd tries to convince Choppa, although he still wants to follow in his sister's footsteps. On the other hand, John lets them know that he has Clay's golden garment, so Rosa can track him and press the hyperspeed button, so they have a next-generation quantum intergalactic journey, where they soon arrive at a strange place. Then, a huge clown tries to scare them away, but seeing that they are trolls, a troll girl named Viva comes out, who welcomes them, while showing them that it is an exclusive place for trolls, where they soon see Clay, who is glad to see his brothers, except John. Then, Clay lets them know that he is living very well there, and has a large apartment that is just for him, while John tells him what is happening with Floy, and that they need the family harmony of the gang, to be able to rescue him. At the same time, Viva seems to want to convince them to stay, since they have everything they need there, while she sees Poppy's bracelet, where something seems familiar, while when asking her about her father's name, which is King Vita, he realizes that it is actually someone he knows, since she is also his daughter, so he lets her know that they are sisters. Then, they are both excited, since neither of them knew they had sisters, so they quickly talk about how much they wanted to have a sister and everything they would like to do, while we watch them having fun happily. Then, Poppy asks her what happened, so she only tells her that she separated from the rest a long time ago, but does not give many details, while Clay tells his brothers that he has been alive for many years in the Great Confrontation. That the trolls had, she saved many when they were trapped, while King Life thought he had lost her and kept the secret so as not to worry Poppy. While Viva created that shelter where she protected the other trolls she saved, but Clay lets them know that they must escape from there, since she is obsessed with not letting anyone go from that place. Branch wants to go for Poppy, but they let him know that there is no time, although they soon realize that they closed the floodgates, so that no one leaves. Then, Viva tries to convince her sister that it is the best for everyone, while Poppy shows her a book with the things they can do outside, but it does not seem to convince her, while Clay, in order not to waste time, opens the floodgates, and everyone begins to leave. Well, Viva doesn't dare to go with them and instead gives the book back to Poppy, who leaves it for her to think about. On the other hand, we see that the stars are preparing to leave the stage, but they realize that Floy is sleeping, so they try to revive him, so that he gives them his energy, but he only takes advantage of an opportunity to try to escape. Although Choppa soon manages to catch him. Floyd tries to convince him to let him go free, but Choppa thinks he should be on his sister's side, so he gives it back to her, and everything stays the same. On the other hand, let's see that the brothers and Poppy are still with all the attitude. However, the dilemmas soon begin, since John wants it to be perfect, while the others want to have fun singing, while Branch tries to calm him down, and tells them that they must stay together, but he soon realizes that the others only want to rescue him. To Floy and return to where they were to see them no more. Because of this, Branch stops Rosa and tells them that he will rescue him on his own, so he leaves alone, while Poppy shows them that the bunker where Branch lived was created for when they returned, so Poppy decides to leave with Branch. To support him, since they have always supported each other, and Diamantito also joins them with a skate. On the other hand, we see that the recently hunted arrive at the place where Viva is, so they trap them, since they were once enemies of the trolls. Meanwhile, the boys arrive at the concert area where they manage to reach Floy, who tells Branch that he has grown a lot, although he asks him to leave, since it is a trap to catch them. At that moment they hear the Star Brothers arriving, so Branch and the others quickly hide, but the bad thing is that they realize that the evil ones had already caught the other troll brothers, and are using them in their clothes that they absorb. The energy, while Rosa is locked up with the assistant. Then, the evil ones head to a great concert that they will have, while Branch saves Rosa and the assistant. At the same time, the other trolls are about to finish off the newlyweds, but luckily Viva knows them from Poppy's book, so they realize that they are good people, while Viva tells him that he made a mistake in not accompanying his sister. On the other hand, Terciopelo and Chop arrive at their big presentation, where Branch and the others interrupt them. Also in the middle of the cameras and the public they reveal that they take the talent of the trolls, so the villains flee. Then, a chase is created, where the villains use the power of the troll brothers and use it in their favor, while Branch uses the diamond candy pacifier, so he gains courage and manages to reach it, but not for long, since that the villains arrive on stage, where they continue to take more and more energy from the trolls to give their show. At that moment, they realize that Viva and the others have come to save the day, so the sisters meet again, so they soon launch and make the trolls reach the stage, where they soon recover 2 of them. The brothers and they want to go for the others, although Velva doesn't let them have it easy and stays with Floy, and tries to extract every last drop of energy from him. At that moment, the assistant supports them and turns off all the music, while Branch begins to sing, so the brothers follow the rhythm and they all sing, impressing the entire audience. The brothers also join them, so they soon begin to create family harmony, and manages to attract Floy, so when he joins them in singing, everyone is free. However, Floy seems very weak and without energy, although he soon wakes up and tells them that he just needs to rest, while Choppa confesses the truth to the cameras about everything they did, while the assistant puts handcuffs on both of them, and they carry. Time passes. We see that Viva meets with her father, and they talk about everything that happened, while John sees the song that Branch wrote and tells him that it turned out very well, although he soon realizes that he wrote it for the band he has with some friends, who arrive and shows them that not only has he been in Brosen, but that he also has another band, where he soon shows that what they are made of. Then, those from Brosen join them, and a great show is created for the public. At the same time, Branch takes advantage of the emotion of the moment to ask Poppy for something important, which is that she joined the band, so the group grows. End.